TG Geeks Webcast 2.0.
2.0. Yeah.
October the 23rd, 2023. Where are we?
Is this episode? I don't know what episode this is now.
I don't know what episode it is.
Episode 1 of the 2.0, if we want to call it that.
Yeah, it's, what is it? Episode...
I don't know. I was going to look it up a few moments ago, and I forgot to.
Look at YouTube here and see
yeah,
where we're supposed to be. Where are we?
So, while he's looking that up...
All right.
Oh, you found it.
Yeah. Episode 416.
416. Holy moly.
416. I think that's...
That sounds about right.
Correct. Yep, 416.
Okay, so we did 415 last then.
Yeah, the last two episodes. One was January 23rd, and then
that was before you got sick.
Before I got sick, and then June 19th.
After
we came back, and I'm still not completely well. We're just new normal every day, so
yeah.
That's all we can deal with. We'll talk about it another time.
The whole 2.0, that stems from the fact that, well, we decided to end the website because it was just too freaking expensive.
It was too expensive. It was taking its toll.
We were working our butts off on it, maintaining it, and it just didn't seem like it was worth it anymore.
Yeah, and it just, it was too expensive emotionally, physically, stressfully.
But then something interesting happened. I was reaching out to Lee Massey. She's the one who was sending us all of the press release, the screeners for movies that we were reviewing. And she said, if you guys want to stay on the list, that's fine. And I thought, hang on a minute. We've got these social media sites. They're not costing us squat to have them.
Well, at the moment.
Well, at the moment they're not. I mean, Elon's threatening that we'll have to pay $1 for a month for Twitter. But at moment, they're not costing us anything. Our YouTube page is not costing us anything. And I thought, well, why can't we just do this new thing? And that is, I mean, we stay as the Two Gay Geeks, but we just now have this new approach where we record an episode when we feel like it, and we just put it out there on YouTube at no cost to us. Share it where we want. And
talk about what we want to
talk about. What we want to talk about. Or if we want to have somebody on the show, we're still talking to Katie Edwards about getting him on, and David Slayton. So, yeah, why not do that? And we've been kind of thinking about that for a while. And, we had some personal things that we needed to get through before we could actually seriously think about it. And now here we are.
Here we are. And it's good to be back behind the microphone again. But
I was hoping it would feel good.
It's just... my voice is just garbage now that I've been sick and...
Well, I don't think it's so much people are concerned about how your voice sounds. I think they're more interested in what it is you have to say.
What do I have to say? They're probably not interested in that.
We thought that. Yeah. Yeah. How many? Yeah. As you've said to so many people so many times, we can make this pencil eraser sound interesting.
Well, we
have that
true.
talent.
That's about true.
And I know that from faithful listeners, Hamish Downey and Corey Nelson, they have said how much they love listening to just the two of us talk.
Yeah, so
it's a joy. It's a joy for them. So I don't see any reason why we should not deny them. Yeah, how pretentious.
We're not going to deny people our lovely voices and our repartee.
Our repartee, yes.
Yeah, so...
And the other thing that kind of got me thinking about this is, as we've always done, since you came home from the hospital, I mean, we were watching a lot of television, watching a lot of movies, and seeing some really amazing things. And as always, we have a lot to talk about. We share a lot of comments as we're seeing these things. And then it just kept hitting on me that we really need to talk about this behind a microphone.
Yeah, it was...
Because there's some great things that we've watched last time. And for what it's worth, this is not going to be a full long episode.
No.
We're 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, and that's it.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at.
No overly produced or highly produced. No music. Nothing to get us in trouble with YouTube about or
cold intro, cold exit.
Anything else. So was just
It's very bare
kinda
bones.
bare bones, just us
Yeah.
chit-chatting and snit-snatting and
Okay, what's that supposed
I
to
don't
be?
know. It just was.
It was just there.
It was just there. Anyway, yes, we've watched quite a bit of television. One of the things that really has struck me is you finally got me to watch a couple of episodes of Lower Decks, and I have been a convert now. So
It took time. I mean, it took time for me too. But I think what really did it was Strange New Worlds. What they did, that crossover. Well, first,
oh my gosh,
let's talk about Strange New Worlds just for a second. I mean, this last season.
oh my gosh, it was incredible. I mean, almost each episode was a study into a character,
Mm-hmm.
and several character growth arcs through that, and then obviously we have the big that episode.
Well, we have several that episodes.
Yes.
Holy moly! So I might as well bring up IMDb so I can know exactly what episode titles we're talking about. Otherwise, I'm going to look like a complete idiot.
Yeah, we talked about the musical episode, which was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that tremendously.
That musical episode, Rhapsody Symphony, I think it was called.
Something.
Oh shoot! And of course, my titles are not popping up because IMDb decides it wants to be really slow. So forgive me, people. I apologize.
Okay, Cat, would you stop, please?
Okay, well let's start from the beginning, and I don't want to hit every episode, but some of the ones that just really hit me were the second episode of the season, Ad Astra per Aspera.
Oh my gosh!
That
yes.
courtroom drama.
That was incredible.
I mean, there was a moment. Oh, I still get emotional thinking about it when number one takes the stand.
That was actually episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2.
2 was broken. 1 was Broken Circle.
Yeah, I meant to say episode 2 of season 2.
Yeah.
That one just when number one gives her little testimony at the end. I mean, it was such an analogy for the lavender scare.
Yep.
In ways that it hit me so hard that I had to pause the episode because I was crying. I was so deeply moved by it, and Star Trek does courtroom dramas better than anybody, in my opinion, and this one really had all the high points going with it. It was one of the most enjoyable episodes that I'd ever watched come from this series.
Yeah.
And like I said, there are some others, but I'm just jumping ahead to then I got
those old scientists.
Those old scientists.
Oh my Lord!
Now
yes.
this was the episode that so many people were excited about because Lower Decks had already achieved a huge popularity. Strange New Worlds was popular from the moment it premiered. So the idea of a crossover, I'm sure, just had fans chomping at the bit. How are they going to do this? And I thought the way they did it was remarkably brilliant. And to get the two lead actors,
yep.
to actually play their parts, because they look like them too.
Yeah. And you have Brad just screaming in the background.
Yeah, and waving his arms, and that's. Yeah. I love how Jack, the actor, how he studied his animated characters that he could replicate all the really goofy things he does, like his power walk, where his tush is swinging side to side, or the way he waves his arms when he screams. I mean, all of it. So many wonderful hallmarks that episode. We watched that one a couple of times. It just did not disappoint.
Yep.
And then they followed up with probably one of the most dramatically powerful punch in the gut episodes, and that was Under the Cloak of War.
Oh my Lord! Yeah.
This one deals. This one's about PTSD.
Yep.
And we were both just gobsmacked after we watched it.
Yeah, it was a very powerful episode, and it just I didn't see the end coming. I really didn't.
No, none of us did. That was a big surprise. I was, and I'm convinced that there is still going to be fallout.
Yeah.
from that.
Yep.
But now then we have to talk about, and I'm surprised that IMDb did not give this one a top rated one, to be honest, and that is Subspace Rhapsody.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
What a incredible.
I loved it.
It was great. I liked it a lot.
I
know some people didn't.
a lot of
but
people hated it.
I thought it was great. I thought the music was good. There were a couple of songs that were weaker than others, but for the most part, the music was really good.
I wish I don't have the titles on me at the moment, but some of them, the one that Christine had, that ensemble number,
Yeah.
was a delight. I mean, it feels like something that comes out of 60s, late 60s Broadway. It kind of has this Bob Fosse kind of vibe going with it. I expected to see some Bob Fosse choreography with it, but the music was just gorgeous on that one.
It was great.
I had such a great time with that episode. That one we watched like 3 or 4 times. It was that good, and we bought the soundtrack.
Yeah, we also I enjoyed Uhura's.
Oh,
because she had really two.
She had 2 numbers,
pieces,
but her second one
that wound up and carried the rest of the show was incredible.
I mean,
it was her redemption.
It's not just her redemption, but let's be honest. This is the actor she's a Grammy Award winner.
Yeah, I won't say redemption. I would say her breaking out moment.
It's coming to terms,
becoming who she's meant to be.
Right, she's coming to terms with who the Uhura that we know and love.
Yes,
how she thinks, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but just sitting behind a communications board, she kind of had that question, and then she comes to embrace it.
Yep.
And I liked how that was done. It was a very, very powerful song, and she sang it beautifully.
Yep.
Let's be real about that.
So next.
Well, then, okay. Well, I guess we have to talk about Foundation.
Oh, my Lord. Wow.
That series does not disappoint.
No,
at all.
It's so deep.
Mm-hmm.
It is just so deep.
Yeah. I was greatly impressed with the production of it.
Yeah.
And what I especially loved is how I had read that that Asimov had made this conscious decision to take all of his stories, everything that he's ever written, all of his novels, and tie them into the universe of iRobot. And okay, so yeah, we've got this robotic figure in the Foundation series, but trying to see how I couldn't quite pigeonhole that into the iRobot bit, but this last season managed a way to do that. And it got me realizing that, oh, well, now we know who's really running this empire. It's not, Brother Dawn, Brother Day, and Brother Dusk. It's this robot.
It's Demerzel.
It's
yes.
Demerzel. She's the one who's calling all the shots here.
Exactly.
And these 3 humans, they're just figureheads.
Exactly.
And the way that was told was it was a real shock.
And nothing happens without her mentally signing off on it,
Exactly.
or putting it in place.
Right. I mean, it was a fantastic series. I'm eagerly looking forward to seeing where it's going to go. Holy cow, my mic is dying on me. Don't know why. Is that it? That's it. There we go. Yeah. I look forward to seeing where that's going to go. Fantastic series. I don't know what else to say about it. There's something else that just popped into my mind. Hold on. There we go. We recently saw some movies, and one that we really also need to talk about that I think was breathtakingly phenomenal was Oppenheimer.
Oh my gosh. Yes. That was, I really resisted that just because of the subject matter of the bomb, shall we say. But it was a very good biography, shall we say, of sorts.
Yeah, it didn't glorify what he did.
No.
Not by
And
any
he,
means.
you know, and obviously he and Teller and several others just never really wanted it to be a weapon of...
No, and you kind of get the feeling that at first they're just fascinated with just the scientific research and the discovery that they're doing. But right at the end, when they realize, oh, we've just created something really horrible.
Yep.
And you begin to feel kind of, you feel bad for them, especially the way Oppenheimer got just railroaded by the government. It was a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it, it's supposed to be, I think it's on the Peacock network now, or at least it's available for home video. If you haven't watched it, by all means, go see this movie. It is breathtaking, and you will see Robert Downey Jr. give the performance of his career.
Yep.
He was terrifying in that film.
Yeah, and let's see, what else? Lower Decks, obviously.
Oh, Lower Decks has been so much fun.
It's just, it's madness.
Mm-hmm.
It's just madness. But I love it.
Yeah, I've gotten, I think they've sort of found their footing and understand how to tell the stories now instead of just kind of like smack you in the face with all this stuff. I've grown to appreciate the irreverence behind it.
Yes.
And you know, I had to learn to take myself not so seriously, because I was like, oh, how dare they insult my favorite property? You know, oh, Ben, get over yourself, really. Yeah, and that's what I needed to do. But once I kind of did that, and some of the jokes were very sophisticated.
Yep.
The kind of jokes that were meant for diehard Star Trek fans, that were never meant to take away anything that had already come before. And once I got to that point, I thought, you know, this series is actually enormously clever.
Yeah.
So there was that, and I was watching you as you were scrolling by on your computer. And yes, people, I know we're just running through things really lickety-split, but there is so much ground to cover and so little time to do it.
Ahsoka.
Oh, I loved Ahsoka.
It was wonderful.
I loved that show. The way that's become like the next season of Star Wars Rebels has been such a delight for me to see. Star Trek Picard, season 3.
Yes.
Which I thought was stunning. I mean, you know, there has been such a wealth of great programming for sci-fi fans that has been out there.
And it's all kind of coming to an end.
Well, I don't know if I want to say it's coming to an end. I mean,
some of it is.
Some of it's coming to an end. I mean, we haven't heard anything about a new Ahsoka yet, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed, because God only knows what Kathleen Kennedy or Disney's going to do. And heaven only knows what Paramount's going to do regarding Star Trek. I mean, I keep hearing that they are losing their shirts on their streaming app.
I don't understand that.
I don't get the math on that. How can they be losing their shirts on that unless nobody is subscribing? I know that they offer like 3-month subscription periods, and
I mean, basically, the way I see it, unless I'm completely wrong, the only overhead that they really have is server farm.
I would agree.
And so everything that they take in is profit, you know.
That's kind of how I see it, but somehow they're just losing their money. Like I said,
Apparently that's not how it works.
I don't know. I wish I knew what was going on. They're pouring a lot more money into the production of shows, as well as the maintenance of this streaming service, than they're getting money back.
Interesting.
That's all I can figure out. That's why I guess that's one of the reasons why they decided. I don't know why they canceled Prodigy, or at least why they discontinued it on their streaming service. Thank heaven Netflix has agreed to pick it up.
Yeah,
which means we'll probably get the entire series in one drop.
Yeah, and then we're right in the middle of Loki right now.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like, good Lord Almighty.
Okay, so
wow.
Loki season 1, we kind of got the, it was kind of mainstream. It was kind of streamlined. We understood what they were doing. Loki was assisting the TVA in capturing all of these variants, and then he meets his variant Sylvie and learns about he who remains, or whatever his name is at the end of time, whatever they call him. Basically the guardian against Kang the Conqueror. Is Kang the Conqueror, is it?
Who knows?
I can't remember now. My brain is fried. But this last season has this season we're on now. Oh my goodness! I can't.
What the heck?
I cannot wrap my head around this.
I mean,
What am I watching?
Exactly. Some of it is like, what?
I mean, I've had to watch a couple of episodes 2 or 3 times just to make sure I didn't miss anything. I mean, and when we watched the latest episode last night, we elected not to have any dinner while eating. I mean, not while eating, but while watching.
Yeah, we didn't elected to not having any dinner while eating.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll be here all week. No, we normally we'll watch a show while we're having dinner. Right. And we chose not to do that last night because we didn't want to miss a thing while watching this latest episode. And I'm glad that's what we did, because there was so much packed into that thing that I still wonder what the heck we're watching.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yep. Babylon 5 movie.
Oh, yes. The Road Home, I think is what it's called.
Yep.
Lovely. I liked it a lot. I thought
it was great.
That was a nice touch, and it could serve as a soft reboot for the proposed Babylon 5, the new Babylon 5 series that Joe wants to bring out. Same characters, different cast, different stories. And for the longest time, I kept thinking there's no way he can pull that off. But after watching this animated film, I'm thinking, maybe he can do it, because he's got, with this soft reboot of an animated movie, that might make it work.
Yep. There might be something there. Who knows?
And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we've watched.
I'm sure I'm kind of trying to flash through some of these things.
Yeah, we've watched some of we've watched all of the latest Marvel films. Meh. I liked Ant-Man in Quantumania. I liked that one.
Yep.
That one, I enjoyed that one a great deal, even though most people didn't. I despised Thor: Love and Thunder. I thought that was a terrible movie. And don't even get me started on the new Doctor Strange film.
Yep. And then there's a movie that you'll be doing a review on.
The Holdover.
The Holdovers.
Yeah,
that's all we'll say about that.
Yeah, that review will be coming out on social media, and even if you don't have a Facebook account, you'll still be able to read the review. You will not require an account to see it. And yeah, I'll be posting it there and everywhere on social media, so you'll be able to see it there. Yeah, that was okay. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep. Let's kind of wind it up, and
I don't think I've got anything else.
This will be Monday as usual.
Yeah,
it'll be
on
tomorrow. YouTube.
It'll be on the YouTube channel, and I'll share the links on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those places.
Things.
Yes.
So we'll do that, and thanks for listening, and we appreciate y'all sticking around with us and not abandoning us.
And hopefully next time we won't sound so scatterbrained.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm hoping that we'll have Mr. Katie Edwards on next time we do this.
You never know. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Be kind to yourself always. Be kind to all others always. Peace.
Cheers.